news. What game are you calling?
I'm calling both games. Here is the extra point that...
All right, and welcome back to Get Moss for this week. Again, we are going with the minimal setup. Just going to go through these, show a little bit of stats this week for some couple key players. First matchup we're going to look at is Daddy's team versus Widget, the upset of the week. Widget took down Daddy's team. Nobody saw that coming. He put it on him, 110 to 106. Really big week from Michael Wilson. Turned into the second coming of Jerry Rice. We're going to go into our next game. This one wasn't close. It was the Coblins versus Coop Cup Clan. Coblins needed this win to keep their season alive. They got it. Big week from George Pickens on that Monday Night Football game. But this was decided before Monday Night Football. Even with that huge game from Trey McBride, it really wasn't in doubt going into Monday Night Football. Moving into our next matchup, we have what other people would consider as well a huge upset this week. Diggs in a Blanket getting the win over Team McElhaney, handing them their second loss of the season, carried by huge weeks from Bijan Robinson and Travis Kelce, as well as a nice 15 from T. Higgins. And, I mean, what happened to McElhaney's team is his flex just didn't play out. He still scored 125 points and lost. That's around a season average. Let's go ahead and get to the game I think the least amount of people care about. DeMar DeCaress versus Steelers Joy. DeMar DeCaress put it on him. Going into a must-win scenario for Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston pulls off the win. It's a low-scoring game. There wasn't a whole lot of points going around, but pulls off the win. Saves himself from the bottom of the league, but Jalissa has officially reached 0% playoff percentage for the season. Unfortunate is Jalissa and Steelers Joy that are currently sitting at 0%. And moving into what we called our game of the week last week, it was decided by a 1.5, basically. First Down Syndrome versus Ricky Stanicky. First Down Syndrome lost this one because Eddie Pinero missed 2 PATs, and we don't penalize kickers for missing. But take that up with the commissioner, not me. So let's go ahead and move into our next week's matchups. We're going to start with one of our closest matchups of the year projected wise. First Down Syndrome versus Diggs in a Blanket. Diggs in a Blanket has to get this win to stay in the playoff race. Is missing out on Marvin Harrison Jr. This week again with his appendix surgery. So looking into a little bit of advanced stats here for this matchup. Travion Henderson is playing the Cincinnati defense, who is giving up 160.9 rush yards a game, with a average rush given up of 5.2 yards per carry. So if Travion Henderson can get a lot of the load this week, with Ramondre Stevenson being coming back from that injury, we can see another huge game from Travion Henderson. We're not expecting 3 touchdowns. We're probably not even expecting 2 touchdowns. But I think that's the biggest question mark for First Down Syndrome. That's his biggest playmaker this week. This one is going to come down. It's going to be a nail biter, we think. We tend to agree with the projection here. If Marvin Harrison was in, this was looking like a convincing win for Diggs in a Blanket, but without him, there's a lot of question marks, especially with Brian Thomas Jr., his production this year. Moving into Jalissa versus Team McElhaney. Jalissa is just playing spoiler the rest of the year. Can't make the playoffs, but can hurt playoff seeding, especially with this week's matchup against McElhaney and the Week 14 matchup with Daddy's team. This could be monumental for Jalissa if they can pull off a huge upset, but we don't think it's going to happen. We think Team McElhaney takes this win here. Moving into the Coblins versus Daddy's team. Coblins with a huge win last week, projected to have another huge win this week over Daddy's team. This would be huge for the Coblins, who have been on a little bit of a tear this year. The past 3 weeks, 3 in a row after losing 3 in a row, big bounce backs. So you never know what could happen. The Coblins could come out, keep firing like they expected to, And it could come down to a Week 14 matchup with first down syndrome on playoff seeding for them. This could be big. Moving into our next matchup, Ricky Stanicky versus Demardiak Arrest. Demardiak Arrest had a big bounce back win last week. As you can see, week 1 they played. Demardiak Arrest put it on him. But this is a lot different team from Ricky Stanicky as it was week 1, considering he got Jonathan Taylor for pennies. So right now projections do have Demardiak Arrest taking this win, but projections you never really know, especially because Ramondre Stevenson is projected 14 points. We don't know how the carries are going to play out there in New England. But like we said, Cincinnati is giving up quite a few rushing yards. Actually, the worst rush defense in the league. 32nd out of 32 teams. So both of those guys could have big games. You never know. Mike Vrabel, you never know who he's going to use. Travion Henderson went for 5 touchdowns the past 2 weeks, and Ramondre Stevenson could very well just go back in there and take a starting job. So we are going to agree with Demardiak Arrest taking the win here. Moving into the Widget versus Jennifer Aniston. Widget does have 2 players on bye this week. Projected 70.6 points. If you look at their week 4 matchup, Jennifer Aniston almost won by 100 points. We think it could very well be the exact same thing. We think Jennifer Aniston could come out and put a whooping on Widget and just completely knock him out of his playoff hopes. I mean, looking at their bench, who's he going to put in for him? A 2.4 projected Adam Thielen, a 7.3 projected Rashad Bateman. It's not enough to cover a 42.6 point spread. Moving into our next really close matchup this week. Steelers Joy versus Cooper Kupp Clan. Cooper Kupp Clan, they need this win. Need a big bounce back win. Steelers Joy need this win to stay off the bottom of the leaderboard. They have a more favorable matchup than Jalissa. But, you know, we know how the league feels about Steelers Joy. This could very well get ugly really quick, or Steelers Joy could pull up the upset, stay off the bottom of the leaderboard. The hit of Josh Jacobs being out really hurts Steelers of Joy here. And Jamar Chase being suspended this week really hurts Cooper Kupp Clan. So this could be just a firestorm of crazy this week, and we could have our upset of the week here. But we are going to go ahead and take a look here at team defenses. We have our team defense sheet here. This is yards per game given up. If we head back to our closest matchup of the week, we see that Jared Goff plays the Giants and Matt Stafford plays Tampa Bay. So if we get back over there, Giants are currently ranked towards the bottom of the league in yards given up. They are one of the worst defenses in the league statistically. And then if you, honestly, not that far down, you have Tampa. So this could be a shootout for the quarterbacks, especially if we go look at passing. These teams give up a lot of pass yards. Tampa Bay more than New York. So this is a favorable matchup for Steelers of Joy, who we could see have a huge week for Matt Stafford and just really propel him to an upset victory here. So that is going to wrap up this week's show. Appreciate you guys for watching. You guys have a good week.